Have you ever clicked on a stream and it's just not smooth? Or tried interacting with an app, but everything feels sluggish? That's latency. It's the hidden factor that makes all the difference in pixel streaming. Today, we'll break it down and share real-world results you can rely on. Latency is the time it takes for your action, like clicking, moving, or interacting, to travel from your device to the server and back. It's measured in milliseconds. The lower the latency, the smoother your experience. But when it gets too high, things start to break down. We set up our tests using Unreal Engine applications hosted in our data center in the USA. Our baseline latency was about 40 milliseconds, which is excellent for pixel streaming. To push the limits, we used a tool called Clumsy to simulate higher latencies, increasing it step by step, from 20 milliseconds all the way to 1,000 milliseconds. Here's what we found. At 40 milliseconds, everything was smooth and responsive. By 60 milliseconds, we noticed slight delays, but the app was still workable. At 100 milliseconds, lag started to disrupt the experience. By 500 milliseconds, both quality and performance dropped dramatically. And at 1,000 milliseconds, the stream became unusable. Actions lagged, and quality broke down completely. So, the sweet spot? For the best pixel streaming experience, it's crucial to keep latency below 60 milliseconds. When pixel streaming an Unreal Engine application, latency will vary depending on the user's location relative to the server. If you use our EU server, users in the USA, Asia, Australia, and Africa will experience increasing latency in that order. If you use our USA server, users in the EU, Asia, Australia, and Africa will face increasing latency in that order. Latency is influenced by several factors. 1. Network conditions. A fast, stable network, like fiber or 5G, keeps latency low. A slow or unstable connection? Not so much. Server proximity. The closer the server is to the user, the lower the latency. Hosting servers in strategic locations or using a CDN makes a big difference. High-performance GPUs and CPUs on the server side ensure fast rendering and encoding. 4th, pixel streaming protocols. WebRTC, often used for Unreal Engine, is designed for low-latency communication. It's a mix of these elements that determines how smooth or laggy your experience will be. For anyone using pixel streaming, whether it's for gaming, architectural walkthroughs, or industrial simulations, the takeaway is simple. Keep latency below 60 milliseconds for a smooth, professional experience. What's your experience with latency? Do you have tips or stories to share? Let's discuss this in the comments. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tech insights.